Good evening. Well, the arc of attrition is looming. And for the past 7 or 8 months, I've been capturing my progress and training for a video that I'm going to put together after the arc, so I'm going to include the race in that. But one of the things I thought might be useful to people, particularly if you're planning on doing it, is just go through a quick kit list check and show you how my kit fits in and how I'm going to carry it. Now I'm doing the 25, I believe this is the first year that they've done the ARC 25, but the kit list for the 50 and the 100 is more or less the same. There's a few extra things you need to take for the 100 and the 50, but this is the basic kit for the ARC 25. So behind me on the ARC website I've got the kit list for the ARC 25. I'm just going to go through it and show you how my kit matches what they've got there. So the first thing they've got there is suitable trail running footwear. Now I'm planning to do it in my Innovate Park clause. However, they're a hybrid shoe, so I'm not sure whether they'll be happy about that. I'm not sure how strict UTMB are. If they are strict, I'll be taking my Salomons with me, and obviously I'll be wearing those, so no need to worry about packing those. Next thing, waterproof jacket with a hood. Now, I will take my Berghaus with me, purely in case there's an issue with the one I got. However, I was in Sports Direct on the weekend and I came across this jacket. So this is the Carry More Run. It's a hooded jacket with a soft peak. It's fully taped seams, waterproof to 500, hydrostatic head, and I used this at the weekend for a run and it worked fabulously. I was chuffed to bits with it. You're still wet. You're going to get wet wearing one of these. If it's fully waterproof, you're going to sweat. No matter how breathable it is, it's not all going to get through. So I was still wet, but I was warm, and even when I stopped, this stopped me. It stopped the rain washing out the warm water and replacing it with cold water. So there is my waterproof that I'm taking. The next thing is an insulation mid-layer or gilet. Now I have got a gilet which I will be taking. I haven't brought it up here with me, but it takes up no room, and I probably will wear that unless it's particularly warm. I will probably wear that throughout my entire run, and again I've practiced with it. I'm comfortable wearing it in the colder weather, and yeah, I enjoy running with it. So gilet. I'll talk about the other synthetic insulation mid layer that they recommend there in just a second. So warm second layer. Obviously I will be wearing a long sleeve top anyway, quite warm one, but I do also have a merino wool shirt. So if I do need to stop for any reason, injury, DNF, whatever, I can put something warm and dry on. So as far as I'm concerned, that's emergency kit. That's only if something bad happens. As long as I'm moving, I should be warm enough with what I'm wearing to prevent me having to use that. Likewise, the leggings. So I'll be wearing just a standard pair of tights, and I'll also take a spare pair with me, and again emergency kit, so if I have to stop for any reason I can take my wet kit off, get into something dry, keep a bit warmer. Waterproof over trousers. So again, these need to be fully taped seams and they need to be fully waterproof. I've just got these regatta ones from Great Outdoors. Again, because it was raining heavily at the weekend, I did get a chance to use these, and in combination with the jacket and the leggings, kept me warm, kept me dry. Next on the list, warm waterproof gloves, 2 pairs. Now I do have 2 pairs. I've got these, again, just a standard pair from Amazon, and then I came across a nice pair of Carry More ones when I was shopping the other day as well, so I got these. So I do have 2 pairs of warm, water-resistant gloves. Now if you're not using waterproof gloves, you need to have a waterproof over glove. Now I do have waterproof over gloves. I haven't got them up here with me, and I will be taking these very, very lightweight gloves with me as well. Ideally, I'll take 1 pair of warm waterproof gloves, which will be that emergency thing again, so if it gets cold I can put a warm pair on. These and the waterproof overlay, so I've got some Salomon waterproof mitts, and I run with these all year round, so just these lightweight gloves and the waterproof mitt, and they work really, really well together to keep me dry. The next thing is a warm beanie hat. I've got several of those. A choice, I'm not sure which one I'll take yet. I've got a little Carry More one there. That's quite a nice one. This is probably the warmer of the two. I've got a very, very heavy one there. So one of those will come with me. And it also says cap, bandana or buff. so I'm going for a cap. Now buffs are really useful, so I'll probably take one anyway, even though I'm taking a cap. And I'll also take with me a snood. So this is quite a heavyweight snood, this one. It's quite a thick material. So this will be coming with me, and I'll decide whether I'm going to use it sort of on the day, because it is quite thick. It might just go into the dry bag with the wool top and the leggings for that emergency stop if you need it, just so I've got something dry. I am planning on using a cap. Not necessarily this one, because this one isn't waterproof. I have got a waterproof one coming, so I'll probably use that one instead. I do like this one because it folds down nice and small. So that's the clothing settled. I haven't got any issues there. I've got everything I need. Some extras I'll be taking with me clothing wise. I will be taking one of my windproof shirts. So I've got these two here. It'll probably be this blue one. The yellow one is getting a bit big on me now, and it's got a zip front and it catches the wind, so I think this one's almost ready for the charity shop, just because I've grown out of it. This blue one though, I've had this for years and it's so good. I like it because it's not a zip all the way down the front, and it just really blocks the wind. So there's times when I've stopped and all I've had to do is put this on to keep warm. So I'm thinking of taking that as well. Right, so that's it for clothing. The next thing is equipment. Mandatory equipment. Running pack or similar. I'm going to use this Montane Trailblazer 8. So this is only an 8 litre pack, but all of that does fit in here, with a caveat, which I'll get to in just a second. So I'm going to be using the Montane 8 litre. If the weather turns, so if they issue a cold weather kit requirement, you have to take other stuff with you, in which case I'll change bag. So I've got a Trailblazer 30, so it's a 30 litre pack, but it all cinches down quite small, and if I have to take extra kit with me, I'll use that instead. But there's another piece of equipment that I will also swap out at that point, and that other piece of equipment is this belt. So it says running pack or similar, designed to transport mandatory clothing and equipment throughout the race. So within that pack there is pretty much all of that kit over there. However, there's things like water and food that you need to carry, and I intend to use this belt for that. So this is just like a neoprene tube, not a neoprene tube, an elasticated tube with various different pouches in there. Now anything that I'll need during the race is going to be in here. So my water bottles will be in here, gels will be in here. The chances are that my gloves will go in and out of here depending on the weather. So that's sort of the two things together will allow me to carry all of my kit and clothing. Capacity to carry 1.5 litres of water will be met using these soft flasks. Not these soft flasks. As much as I like Salomon, these flasks are terrible. I'm going to have to get some new ones. I'm going to get another set of these. So these are some cheap no brand name from Amazon. So I'm going to try and buy these again. I don't know whether they're still available. I've had these for years. These came with a running pack with my Salomon 5 or 12, with my Salomon pack. The problem with these is you can't close them off. So this one, you have to pull it up to activate it, and then you can push it down and that locks it off. When it's up, if you bite the valve, you'll get liquid. When it's down, doesn't matter what you do to the valve, you won't get any liquid. With these Salomons, you can't close them, and the last time I used these with my running belt, any pressure on this bite valve and it started leaking. So I will be getting some more of these. There'll be 2 of these that are full, and it says the capacity to carry 1.5. It doesn't say you need to carry 1.5. I will be taking as part of my food with me something like a Lucozade Sport. There's 500 calories in one of those. For use on while I'm out in the run. So, and I'll also take some powders to mix in with it as well, to mix in with water. So I'll be using 3 of these to carry my water. Probably only have 2 on the go at once, and something like a Lucozade Sport just for those extra calories. The next thing is 2 fully functioning head or hand torches. Next on the list, 2 fully functioning hand torches. So I've got this one. This is a Micron. This torch has been absolutely fantastic. Just flashing, okay, 3 times. That's the battery test. To switch it on, you press and hold. There you go. Turn that off. One of which, so two function hand torches or head torches, one of which needs to be over 200 lumens. This one is 250, and it takes a regular AA battery. So you need to take a spare battery for each torch as well. So I'll be taking that, plus a spare AA battery, and I'll also be taking this. This is the Flex Tail light. This is much brighter than the Micron. This is, on full power, this is 650 lumens. However, it does take a proprietary battery. It's changeable and it is fully chargeable, but fortunately I already have some FlexTail equipment, and my FlexTail pump uses the same battery. So that's that requirement met. Two torches with their spare batteries. I don't think I'll need them. Maybe towards the end of the race. The 25 starts at midday. So yeah, I might be running the last hour at night. So that torch will come in really handy. But I did recently do a recce of the area, of that last 10-mile stretch, because I know I'll probably be doing part of it at night. There's nothing too tricky there. Red tail light, that is already on my bag. Oh, where's the on off button? There you go. And that can be set to flash or whatever. I've got a spare one of those as well, which I'll also take just in case. A survival bag or emergency bivvy. So this is my emergency bivvy bag. I have a couple of these because I do a lot of wild camping. If you want to go and check out my other channel out there. And it also meets one of the other requirements, because inside this bag is a emergency whistle, which is also a requirement on here as well. So that's the bivvy bag met. Survival, emergency food reserves, recommendation minimum of 800 calories. So I'll be taking gels. I really like the Science in Sport gels. That's these ones. Get on really well with these. I have tried other gels. If you take a look at what a long run video looks like, around about 17 miles, you'll see the effect these other gels had on me. So I'll stick with the Science in Sport ones. They're really good. And I'll also take something like a flapjack with me as well. Plus I've got some powders that I can mix in with water that are around about 400 or 500 calories each. So lots and lots of calories to take with me. Self-adhesive elasticated bandage. Check. Well, that's to strap your feet if you get blisters. On a long run I tend to strap my feet up anyway with that sort of kinesthetic tape that you see everywhere, so I'll be strapping my feet up completely before I move off anywhere. Whistle, we've already covered that. Base plate compass and the ability to use it. Personal identification, which I shall take anyway. Did I miss something there? I did, didn't I? Ah yeah, reusable cup. So reusable cup, UTMB who run it this year, they don't want to, obviously they don't want to put paper cups all over the place or plastic cups, and the fact that it finishes at the Mount Pleasant Eco Park, which is a eco-friendly vegan place which I stayed at recently. It was a great night. A lot of people use these really flimsy cups. I don't like those, and the chances are there might be some hot drinks in there. So I've got this one. This is my pop-up cup, like that. Closes down nice. It's got a little lid just to keep it clean. So that's my reusable cup. Other things I'm taking: tissue. There's nothing worse, believe me, than getting to a point where your bowels don't want you to go on. And a Mylar blanket. So this is additional to my bivvy. Not really for me, to be honest. This is in case I bump into anybody else who's having issues. I'll also take some. I don't really think I need to take anything else. I'll be taking some. So yeah, these scissors I'll be taking just in case I need to cut the bandage. I'm not going to carry a knife around with me. And then open run shocks, which I did my last long run. So I'm about to hit the taper. So on New Year's Day, I did my last long run. That was 25 miles. Nice slow one, 5 hours. These lasted the entire time. So definitely coming with me. Spare pair of cheapo glasses so I can see. I've got my smartphone, which I've already got the course on. Course is already plotted onto my watch, along with my strategy for taking on calories and water. Additional recommendations: spare warm clothing, waterproof bag to keep the long legs, so I've got my waterproof bag anyway. Personal first aid kit. Hiking poles, don't really get on well with hiking poles, so I'm not going to use those. Additional gloves, so I've already got plenty of gloves. Little tube of Vaseline, nearly forgot that one, so that's going over there as well, because you never know. Don't normally have a problem when I'm wearing leggings and stuff like that, so but yeah, they're GPS watch, got safety scissors, got small sewing kit. Don't really see the point of that. I'm not going to be repairing anything. If you're doing the 100 mile and if you're doing the 50 mile, maybe where you're out for overnight and stuff like that, might be useful. Not on the 25. Also with this route, the first half is more or less along roads as you come out of St Ives up to Godrevy Point. From Godrevy Point, there's a lot of road very close, so if anything happened, an ambulance could get you relatively easy along most of it. But you know, I mean, don't take my word for it. You be as safe as you need to be. £40 cash for use in shops. Most places take contactless, and that's all set up on my phone as well. But I'll take some money just in case. You never know. Cold weather kit, so extra items. Third warm layer. So I've got it's not a down jacket. It's a synthetic, really compactable bubble jacket. Again, another regatta one. Yeah, that compacts down quite small, but I think it will take that over its size. So at that point, I would switch to the other pack. And then the final thing there, which is mandatory if the cold weather kit is made compulsory, is protective clear lens eyewear. So I have these glasses in here, which I'll be taking with me anyway, which have got a variety of different lenses. So I'll choose the lens on the day, and if it becomes a mandatory requirement, I've got my clear lens running goggles as well. Right, so the next question is, how does all of that fit into my running bag? So I'm going to divide it into two things. I'm going to divide it into things that I only really need if stuff's gone tits up. So if I've had an injury that's preventing me from running, I need to get out of wet clothes, I need to get warm, dry, I need to do a repair or something like that. So I'm going to put all of that into my pack, at the bottom of my pack, and into a dry bag. Okay, so here's the Montane 8 litre pack, and this will all fit in. Things that I might need that aren't an emergency, so things that aren't necessarily going to stop me from completing the race, such as an injury or exhaustion, but I might need to get to them in a hurry, is the wet weather gear. So waterproof trousers are going to go into one of these spring pockets on the side here, and they just cram in there quite well. Like that. And there's still plenty of room in there for something else. So I'm also going to put in my tissue. Now on the day I'll actually pop that into a Ziploc bag just to keep them dry, obviously, but they also fit into there as well, and you can see there's still plenty of room in there. So I'm also going to put in, also going to put in the Mylar blanket. So the Mylar blanket, as I say, is it's more in case I come across somebody who needs help, to be honest. I could use it for myself if I get caught out, to wrap it up rather than use the bivvy. But yeah, it's there. So that's that side pouch done. I've got another one on the other side, and of course I've got some more waterproof. So in goes waterproof jacket, which does scrunch down nice and small, but goes in a little bit tighter. And also in with the jacket, and inside the pocket of the jacket, will be the waterproof overgloves. Because if I'm going to need the jacket, I'm going to need the overgloves as well. Next thing to think about is the clothing that I want to keep dry. So I've already put the dry bag in there. I haven't. Actually, I better just show you one other thing. So just inside here is a little pouch where I'm going to put the scissors, because I don't want these flapping around and moving about in my pack where they might potentially injure me. So that'll go in there. And there's also a zip pocket there, which is where I'll put a couple of tenors or a 20 or whatever, and again it just keeps them out of the way, makes them easily accessible. So dry bag goes in, and the first thing I'm going to put in there is my running tights, because they're probably going to be, if I do need to get changed, they'll be the last thing that I need to put on. So that's going in there like that, so just push that down to the bottom, followed by my warm top, so that's going in as well. The elasticated bandage, bivy bag, spare hat, spare gloves, probably throw an extra buff or a beanie in there as well. Warm hat goes in, and then my water, actually no, let's put my snood in next. Yeah, put the snood in, just to make up space at the moment, and then my waterproof jackets. So that's everything into the dry bag, which I've now sealed up, and I can close this up fairly easily. You see there's still a bit of room in there if I want to put anything else in there, so I could have an extra bottle of Lucozade or something in there. Then I've got these two front pockets, and I've just found my waterproof gloves. There they are. They were in one of the front pockets. Do you know what, I'm going to leave them, no, I'll put them in where I said they were going to go, so into the side pouch with the waterproof jacket. Okay, I'll make sure they're in there, because then I won't forget they're there. If I start moving them all over the place, I'll forget where they are when I need them. So all of that is in there now, and now I've got these two front pockets here. The things I'm going to put in there, my head torches, they can both go into one on the one side. I'll also put their batteries in there as well, and hopefully I won't need to go anywhere near that until near the end of the race really. And on the other side, I don't know if my cup will fit in there, yes it will. Here's my little cup, Vaseline, and that's all I need to put in there. So that is all of the AOA25 mandatory kit in this 8 litre pack. There you go, and that all fits on quite nicely. Now, I've still got things that I need to carry with me. I need to carry water, and I need to carry food, and that's where this comes in. So this will just go around my waist, like that, and then gels, blackjacks, everything just fit in there. Water bottles, which will look something like that. They all just fit in quite nicely, like that. And then I'll put the other water bottle on the other side, and then anything else that I might want to put in there. So if I want to put in like those extra little gloves, I want to put in those little extra gloves, they can go in there. Stick them around the back there where I get them. And that is me with all of the mandatory kit for the AOA25 on my person. Oh, nearly forgot. Compass. That's going in with where the cup is. I don't think I'll need that, to be honest. I mean, if you get lost on the sand dunes or something like that, it's still, because I've been out and wrecked it, I know it's not that. The 25 doesn't really need a compass, I can tell you that. But it's there anyway, so that's all in there. I have got my GPS if I want to take that, but again, I don't think I'll need it. My smartphone goes into a pocket on my leggings, which will be underneath my shorts. And that is all of my kit for the AOA25. Looking forward to this one. If you've got any questions about the kit, or if you've spotted anything that you think might be wrong, please let me know if you've spotted anything that might be wrong, because obviously I want to put that right before I get out there. But I think I'm ready and set to go. That's me done now. Thank you very much for joining me. The next video I'll put on this channel will be the AOA25 journey, so everything from when I first signed up right up till after the race. Probably just a brief version of this as well. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the trails.